to another video from the Debate Room podcast. NBA season is here. As you're watching this, later on today, the NBA season will start opening night. The Rockets versus Rockets versus the Thunder, and the Warriors versus the Lakers. Two good games. It should be. LeBron is not playing. Maybe Jimmy Butler is out. But
Jimmy Butler is playing.
Oh, well, I think it could still be a solid game. The Thunder and the Rockets game is going to be very, very, very interesting. I'm not going to lie.
Is Jada playing? Or is
he's not. He's not playing. But yeah, NBA season is here. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be another year of parity. Because especially in the East is really interesting. The West is really interesting. It's a really interesting year. And I'm excited for it. Excited for college basketball to get started. Basketball is just basically almost back. So today we're going to talk about our NBA awards and predictions for the season. And then also our NBA finals pick at the end of the episode. Make sure you guys like the video and tell us your award picks for each award in the comments. Follow us on our social media platforms up at the top of the screen and share the video as well. Let's get it started, man. It's already 9 o'clock. I don't want to be up too long. NBA Awards show. We're going to start with MVP, like every year, basically. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, we're going to start with MVP. I feel like for the last few years, the MVP candidates have been literally the same. It's starting to getting boring to predict MVP, honestly, because it's been for the last 3 seasons. Well, last 2-3 seasons, it's been Shea, Giannis, Jokic. If Embiid's healthy, Embiid's there. Like it's been the same guys. Luka gets gas before the year starts, and a few years he'll come close. Other years not really. It's just been the same type of guys in the MVP conversation pretty often. So it's getting kind of boring to me, at least, to predict it. But Q, I saw you making some faces. Who is your MVP of the 2025?
The switch that you have done from Luka to SGA is just ridiculous.
Those are my top 3. Two of my top 3 guys. Well, yeah.
Luka has been firmly in the MVP conversation for the last 5 years. Like he's had like 5 straight top 5 finishes. What are we doing? You talking about some be getting gas? Like
I'm not gonna lie.
Because he feel the need to just throw little shots at Luka Doncic every chance they get.
People's MVP pick every single year, and then he doesn't win it. And just because you're in the top 5, don't mean you have an actual case. I think one year he finished like 3rd or 2nd. That's when you have an actual case. If you finish in the 4 or 5, I'm not gonna lie, you don't got a case. Personally,
well, Embiid finished 4 or 5 twice. Giannis finished 4 or 5 twice. So did they have actual cases?
Let me go look at this, and I would probably say no. But
we cap it. We lying. We lying. But my MVP pick is Luka. I was gonna go Joker, but it's a narrative award. Luka has all the narrative. He's a different player, obviously, as we've seen. And I think he's gonna finally go on his revenge tour. Probably give you something like 32, 9-9, solid efficiency, something like that. Top 4 seed and gonna carry the team. You know, LeBron might miss some games, and he's just gonna put the team on his back per usual and bring on the award to the purple and gold.
Buddy, Luka was 6 in 2021.
6'5".
Bro, he got 0 first place votes.
6'5".
In 2022, he was 5th. He got 0 first place votes.
He legitimately got robbed in 2023. Legitimately.
That was 2024.
Well, 2024 legitimately got robbed. You know that.
Yeah, he was a real candidate.
You know that.
But I'm just saying, every year people, have Luka there, and he deserves to be. He's a great player. I think he's still a top 4 player in the league, so he deserves to be in those conversations. And this year, he does have the chance to have a narrative, especially if he can, uplift his team when LeBron is out. I don't think he can though. The defense is awful. The roster isn't great, so I don't really think he can. But we'll see. I mean, LeBron is also not going to be out for that long either. So there's that.
Max, you think he's playing every game once he get back?
No, he won't. Max, I want to ask you who do you have for MVP? Any surprises?
It's disrespectful to say in my mind, but it is a two-horse race the way I see it. I think there will be two top teams in the Western Conference, and I think that both of the top guys will be playing insane basketball as they finished off last year. But I'm gonna say Jokic gets his 4th MVP. I love Shea, but with the additions made in the offseason, with what I saw at the end of the year last year, the Adelman hire again, I still think that like during the playoffs that did help me out to think that this team will still be fine. The Mike Malone firing still confused me, but it looks like it'll be fine going through the season. But I think Jokic will put up video game numbers statistically this year. I think Cam Johnson will be that play will show to be a great move by the front office this year. Not just getting the money off MPJ, but I think he fits this team a lot better. I like the veterans they brought in. Obviously, brought Bruce Brown back, got Tim Hardaway Jr. I think that'll help out as well. Again, I think these are the best 2 teams in the league by far. I think they both have. Why is that a crazy take? Why is that a crazy statement?
2 teams in the league by far.
I think these are the best 2 teams in the league.
I don't know about Denver just being head and shoulders above like the Knicks or the Cavs, but that's just me. But go ahead.
I think these are the best 2 teams in the league, and both will have, I think, the top 2 guys in the MVP voting. I don't think voters' fatigue will play into effect just because Jokic has won 3 in the past, so it doesn't matter. I think both will have insane years, but I think Jokic will get it this year.
I mean, he had a gaudy numbers last year. He had all that type of stuff last year.
I agree, but I also think that they have a better chance. I know I picked OKC to finish first, but like I would not be surprised if Denver is the top team. It has the best record in the league.
I don't know. I would predict it would be the Thunder. Like if they're not like injured, they're probably going to be by far and away the best team in the West again. They have the best roster in the league. I don't really know.
I think Denver also got significantly better than last year, though. I think their roster is significantly better.
Other teams got better too, though. Like other teams got significantly better too.
How?
You asking me how the roster got better?
John Collins, they added Bradley.
I thought you were talking about OKC.
No. I'm talking about other teams.
You said OKC is still far and away the best, and I'm just saying I think they're the best roster in basketball. Sure,
I think
that's significantly better. Like the Rockets added Kevin Durant, bro.
I think OKC is going to get officiated differently this season, especially defensively. I don't think that they're going to get away with a lot of the same stuff they got away with last season. And like a lot of the stuff, the physical defense that they were playing, I think is going to get called fouls. And so it's just not going to go the same.
I mean, they were at the top of the league, but sure, maybe. KD, who you got for MVP though?
My MVP pick is a guy who's been slept on past few years. He's been in the combos, but he's kind of been like just outside the combos consistently, despite being a top 3 player in basketball. I got Giannis as my MVP. I already had in the standings predictions. You guys are low on the Bucks. I have the Bucks as the 4 seed. I think this roster is tailor-made, like to give Giannis a like boost in the MVP resume. Like you look at just the names on the roster, it sucks. Like it's garbage. Like you got like Gary Trent Jr., Torian Prince, AJ Green. But when you actually look at the roster fit around Giannis, like just look at their starting 5, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Miles Turner, all 4 of those guys can shoot. All 4 of those guys, like, not just like can shoot, they're like good to great shooters. KPJ, kind of iffy, but offensively, I think KPJ is actually pretty good. And so it's like Giannis can just kind of go to work and kick out, be a playmaker, facilitator, can rack up assist numbers, can rack up buckets. He's going to have like legit spacing around him, which he hasn't really had a lot of his career. And so it's just kind of tailor-made for if he does get the team to the 4 seed, I already see the narratives being, Giannis has taken this garbage roster and he's won X amount of games as a 4 seed with it. I see the narrative for his MVP coming to light. I think that both Jokic and Shea are going to have a bit of voter fatigue. Jokic, I mean, he's going to have voter fatigue just because he's already got 3 of them. Luka, I think the roster is not necessarily tailored towards Luka's strengths. I don't think the roster is tailored towards Luka's strengths. So I don't see him putting up like crazy numbers like he was in 2024. And the defense is not going to be good. I just don't think they're going to win enough games to like be able to be in that combo. And once LeBron's back, I mean, he's going to get like take away some of Luka's usage. So I don't really think this is going to be Luka's year. Probably a post-Bron, a team that's more like tailored for Luka. I think that's when we'll get it. But yeah, I got Giannis.
Do you think Giannis's numbers are going to be so undeniable that you wouldn't take a similar resume on a better team?
I mean, most valuable player. Like Jokic has won MVP.
We know that it's not always the case. We know that other factors definitely play into MVP.
Yeah, but that's why I said voter fatigue. That like if Shea didn't have didn't just win MVP, I would say that like I give it to Shea over Giannis with his numbers on like a 4 seed. The fact that he just won, and again, you can say what you want, like they won as many games as they did because of their defense. It wasn't because of Shea. Obviously, Shea is like a big part of the offense, but like I'm not going to sit here and pretend that they didn't have an all-time regular season defense, and that's why they won 67 or whatever games, however many games.
Agreed. I think if you had 2, that's one thing. I think having 1 MVP is. I get there is some voter fatigue. I understand, but I guess to play
Shea will be. Like Shea is not a good enough player to warrant back-to-back MVPs in an era with Jokic and Giannis and even Luka. Like,
what up?
You just, I mean, before the pod, you were talking about top 25. Are you going to accept what Katie just said?
What did he say?
He said that Shea is not a good enough player to warrant back-to-back MVPs.
In this era, like not when you got Jokic's and Giannis is still in their prime and Luka's, like it's just not.
He could have won MVP in 2023, 2024. He could have won it. He won it last year. So I mean,
he could have.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not good enough to warrant that.
Won it in 2023, bro. He couldn't have.
He was second to voting. What are you talking about?
He should not have that. Like and I do not believe.
Could have.
Don't be that guy. It's real nasty what you're doing. Don't be that person.
Bro, he was literally.
You shamelessly did right.
You can't say shoulda, woulda, coulda. You're the one who said coulda. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm saying no. He literally could have won it though. He literally was.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying no. He was like literally the what is it called? The second person MVP voting in 2020 2020.
How is that relevant here? I don't understand.
I'm just saying, like I don't think it mattered. Like, well,
he could have been second if it's 50 votes. If it's 50 votes, if Jokic got 48 and Shea got 2, he's in second. He's in second. Is that could have won it? That could have won it to you.
Jokic, it wasn't super close actually, but
I'm just throwing out a scenario, brother.
Listen. My point is like, yeah, Jokic, yeah, Giannis, Luka, all those guys are in there. But yes, he can with the level of team that they have, he can definitely just win it twice again. Especially if they dominate the West again, which they definitely can't do that. He will be able to. J-Dub might be out for an extended period of time. We don't even know how long he's going to be out. So he can definitely do it, especially with the numbers he's been able to put up without J-Dub.
Yeah. The question wasn't can he do it. I said he's not a good enough player to warrant it.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I mean, I think that Shea's all great. So I don't
like it. It's real. I mean, do you think
SGA is one of the 20 greatest players to ever touch a basketball?
Well, he has to do stuff to really get there.
I'm actually. Do you think he is?
Right now, no, I do not think he's one of the 20 greatest.
And he's most likely not going to go back-to-back MVP.
Well, because if he goes back-to-back MVPs, then you can really start having those conversations. Not top 20, but you can like really start having those conversations. Because how many people have gone back-to-back? Like Steve Nash has, but
yeah, most of them are the top 20 greatest players to ever touch.
Exactly.
Would you be saying that about Nash before he did it? Obviously not.
We already know Steve Nash is a different type of situation.
Yeah.
I would have said the same thing about LeBron James before he ever won an MVP. I would have said the same thing about Magic Johnson before he ever won an MVP. Larry, I would have said those same things about those players before they won.
Say what?
That they would have won back-to-back MVPs. Like before LeBron ever won an MVP, I would have said he could win back-to-back MVPs. I didn't have to see him do it to think that.
You said Magic?
I was just throwing out names.
I mean, I think Shea is a player that can win back-to-back MVPs. Like, yes, I think obviously he's not top 20 right now because he has to do stuff and with more track record to really get there. Like he's just like the third year of his peak or whatever. Like he has to like actually do it until so we can say it. Like he's had like last year was one of the greatest seasons ever.
I just don't think that's true.
Last year was one of the greatest seasons ever.
The greatest seasons ever?
Last year was
one of the greatest seasons ever. Facts.
Like team-wise, right?
No, individual-wise.
Accolade based.
I'm thinking basketball just did their like top offensive peaks, and I'm whatever on them, but I think they are good about this stuff. And Shea was not thinking basketball, the YouTube channel. Shea was not in the top 10 offensive peaks of this century, as he shouldn't be. He did not have a top 10 offensive peak.
Oh well.
He had a top 5 guards. He had a top 5 guard season.
I don't know.
Not a top 5 seat, like not a top seat, a top 5 guard season. Sure, MVP, Finals MVP, scoring championship. That's a great season.
I'm talking about regular season. MVP is a regular season award. MVP is a regular season award.
That's not one of the greatest. That MVP wasn't one of the greatest like MVPs.
It absolutely was not.
Well, it depends what number you put on one of the greatest. That's pretty arbitrary.
I wouldn't put it in the top 10.
Yeah,
it don't have to be. It don't have to be.
It would probably lose out to some people.
Now we get into the weeds because now what we cutting off as one of the greatest like.
It's not better.
10 greatest players. We don't do the.
I think
16 greatest players.
I'll probably say it's a top 20 season.
It's not better than Jokic's season when he lost to Embiid. It's not better than that Jokic season. He averaged like 70 true shooting. Like that, his numbers were insane. It was not better than that season, and Jokic didn't even win it. Like
I don't know.
Shea won largely because the team won 67 games on the back of its defense. Like obviously, yes, Shea is the engine of the offense, but they won those games.
Why are they
on
able
the back
to
of the defense?
Why are they able to run out these historically defensive slanted lineups? Because
no, we're not about to pretend like Shea like enables that. That is just straight up not true.
Those offense lineups will not be able to survive.
They would easily be able to run out those same lineups with a inferior offensive player to Shea and still win a significant amount of games. The defense was that
nowhere near as close as what they did. Nowhere near as close.
If you replace Shea with Anthony Edwards, If you replace Shea with Anthony Edwards,
they will lose more games.
Yeah, but how many more would they lose?
They're not going from 67.
They were not like having a.
You swap SGA with Ant. They probably still win 55 plus games.
Yeah, they probably still win 60. If I'm being honest,
55 games is not a historic.
They probably still win 60. The defense would see no drop off.
Sure, that's fine, but the offense wouldn't be as good as
it would, and that would be 7 less games, which is still 60 wins. That's how good the defense was. The reason why I don't know why this is a debate. The reason why it wouldn't be really close is because one, Shea. I mean, he's not as a relentless scorer as Shea whatsoever. Not even close. Turns the ball over. That's why I chose him.
Not even close. He's not a better playmaker than Shea. Definitely
That's why I chose him. He's a significantly worse offensive player, and I believe they would still win 60 games.
No, I don't
because the defense was just that elite. It was an all-time regular season defense.
That's true. I agree with that. But
that does not change. That does not change if you swap out Shea for Anthony Edwards.
Sure, but again, their offense will be significantly worse, and that's why they will be worse.
It would be worse.
Yes, no, it would be significantly worse. Because again,
it would be worse.
He doesn't have the same level of scoring relentless or efficiency.
He was a way better shooter.
Does he enable transition like Trey?
He was a way better shooter, which I think would allow. Shooting wise,
he was a better 3-point shooter. Yes.
From outside, like way better. It's a clear
That's
last season, like
that's
a
cool.
massive clear.
It was better in the rim. Shea was better in mid range. Shea didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah. He's a worse offensive player.
Significantly worse. Yes, he's a significantly worse offensive engine by a lot. But it's not even close.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I picked him.
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying that they wouldn't have won damn near 70 games and been on pace.
They wouldn't have. They would have won 60 games.
No, I don't agree. But
that's like the difference between Shea and Anthony Edwards is not as large of a win gap as you're making it seem. It's just not. They won that many games because of their defense.
I mean, sure.
I don't think in this conversation, everything just be tilted towards like positive Shea propaganda. At some point, like at this point, he's getting like, and not to be this, but he's like getting overrated in these situations. Like,
I don't think
the point of the situation is that the roster's just that great. That with Anthony Edwards, they would have won 55 games. That's still a very good season. So
yes,
that's
it wouldn't be all-time
great. The roster is still very, very good. They have one of the best rosters in the NBA. At some point, you gotta stop propping up SGA and still give some props to the rest of the people on the team.
I am. They are great defenders. I don't think those rosters would be able to survive offensively because with inferior offensive players. Because Shea, again, his reason his season was so great was because he was able to carry those defensive slanted rosters to amazing offense. It wasn't just like league average or slightly above league average. It was like some of the best half-court offenses in the league. They had the first or second rate half-court offense in the league with Shea on the floor. He was doing it without J-Dub. He was doing it without Chet. And still having some of the highest ranked offenses in the league. Like, Anthony Edwards is not doing that, bro. Because he's not going to push the ball in transition.
Yeah, that's why nobody said Anthony Edwards would do that. We literally are saying they would win less games. You're skipping over the point entirely. Is like you said, if they win 55 games, that is still a great season. They would be number two. No, maybe would they be number one still?
The Rockets won 54 games.
Yeah, they would be the number one seed still, period, because that's how elite the defense was. And so you have to take that into account when you're evaluating Shea's MVP season. Yes, he had an individually great season, but it was propped up by the defense. That's why they won that many games. Those 67 wins, that propped up Shea's resume, and a lot of that was due to his team. You look at like Jokic's MVPs, they're not being propped up by his team. Like the propping up is the fact that his team is so bad that it's like he just carried these bums, and that's why he won MVP. He's not getting the benefit of a defense that's taking him to 65 wins.
Some of them are not so bad. I think a few of them one of them I think was bad the year they got a 6 seed. But I think about Jokic is he can't. Like the defense would be significantly worse if he was on this team. Like it definitely would with him anchoring the defense. And with Anthony Edwards, I think he's a worse off-ball defender.
Yeah, but the what you'd lose in defense, you'd gain in offense from Jokic. So it's like that's kind of a wash.
Sure.
If you rolled out Dort, Caruso, J-Dub, Chet, and Jokic, come on now.
The defense would take a significant drop off, I think. And
Dort, Caruso, J-Dub, Chet, and Jokic. Like whatever drop off is there, that's the defense is still going to be elite.
I really don't want to waste time arguing hypotheticals. We're supposed to be picking awards. But long story short, my MVP is Shea Alexander. He's going to repeat this year. They'll have
big shocker.
You want to bet on it?
Are we betting my MVP against your MVP?
No, Shea versus the field.
Okay,
since you're confident about it.
We don't.
Do you understand how bets work?
No, I do understand how they work. Why don't we want to bet?
That's a terrible bet. Yeah, it's a terrible bet on Latif.
You're the one saying he's going to repeat.
But that's how betting works.
Yeah.
Like, if you bet MVP on FanDuel right now, it's Shea versus the field.
Yeah,
you get odds with that. You get odds with that. It's not even money.
Yeah, but this isn't Vegas.
trying to
This
make
is
it
a
even money,
podcast.
so you
We're
get
trying
odds.
to we're
I'm
trying
saying,
to hold
okay,
guys
that's
to
cool.
their beliefs.
Do you
Okay,
think he's
let's
gonna
hold
win
you to
MVP?
their beliefs. You believe Giannis is winning? Bet him win against.
Oh
against
yeah,
bro.
but
No, I'm betting you.
that's more of like a
I'm
dark
betting
horse
that
pick.
you.
I'm not like
I'm
actually
betting
like
that you're
bought into
wrong.
it.
I'm betting that you're wrong. That SGA is not going to win MVP. That's the bet. It's a
Okay.
yes or no. I'm betting no. You're betting yes.
Okay, cool.
That's how that bet
I'm
works.
not confident at all in Giannis actually winning it. It's a
And
dark
I
horse.
don't,
pick.
and I do not want to take that bet. And I've been pretty successful with my bets recently. So I mean, I think I'm very inclined to not take it. And then
Didn't you just
your
take a
bets.
bet with? Did you just take a bet with Q on OKC running it back? Like,
I don't think I did.
you
We put
did.
$5 on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you can't throw
Because you're not confident.
You want to quit?
You spill all this nonsense. You talk big huffy puffy with your chest out, but you're not really confident in the pick because you know.
No, I can be confident in the pick. I can be confident in the pick and not take the field when it's 10 other people against one person. Like I really.
Then
like,
you're not really confident.
You're missing again. The way that you speaking about it, don't bring in no. Don't try to bring in no extra nothing. The way that you're acting, as if nothing else even makes sense. When somebody says something that goes against the OKC SGA train, you snark and you cut your eyes and you look up, you make little funny references as if it sounds so crazy. So if you feel that way, put everything you got on it.
First of all,
SGA, bet the Thunder, bet
DPOY,
run the slate.
Did I say anything about Giannis? No, I did not. Did I say anything about Jokic? No, I did not. Luka, first of all, the Lakers is not going to be good enough. So I don't know.
Who the fuck is talking about? Excuse me. Who's talking about Luka? It's not a Luka conversation.
What did I make a comment like what anybody else's pick was crazy? I never did that. What are you talking about? I never did that.
It's the way you say it.
This
like,
not a today situation. This is just how you've been acting going on 12 months plus, as if anything non-SGA or OKC doesn't make sense.
They won a championship. He won MVP, and they won a championship.
Sure.
He's down $100. The dude at the bottom left, he's down $100 because of it. Like,
I made my money back elsewhere. We cool.
That's cool, man. And I was talking big shit. And I was talking big shit on this video probably 1 year from today. And what happened? He owed me $100, and the Thunder won the championship.
I mean, yeah, it's because Aaron Gordon got hurt. It is what it is.
Okay,
Can't control everything.
That's cool. The Thunder dealt with injuries the whole year. But anyways, let's Shay's winning MVP. He's repeating. They're going to be dominant again. Again, J-Dub was already out. Shay has injury history.
So Shay is repeating. He's winning MVP again.
You're telling me that. You're telling me he's winning it.
Yes.
But you won't bet it.
I can't defend you on that one. You just said he is winning it.
You're telling me he is.
I'm not saying it's a fact. It's my pick. It's my pick.
No, you're saying he is.
You saying he is nuts. And then
you're making a pick, I think he's gonna win MVP. I think
he's gonna win. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing right now. I think he's gonna win MVP. Like, I'm not saying bro. I guess I don't know when we start saying
you're a writer. Words are powerful. Remember that.
I guess
you chose your words how you chose your words, and now you want to play ring around the rosy with them.
Do we have any more dark horse MVP candidates?
I think Jalen Brunson a dark horse.
That's good.
I think they have a chance to be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. I think if he does that 60 games ish in this Eastern Conference, I think they could pull that off. He's obviously going to be the engine. I don't know the last time the Knicks got the first seed or if they ever had the first seed, but I think in this conference, I think he could definitely be a dark horse to win MVP. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell, but more so Jalen Brunson. Plus, he got the Knicks storyline behind him.
Max, dark horse MVP candidate.
I don't really have one on some crazy shit if Wemby does something, but I don't believe that in the slightest. I think you have to say both guys out east, but I also don't think I don't think Donovan Mitchell will do enough in the regular season. I think he's a great basketball player. I don't think his stats will match up though to actually getting the award. I guess a healthy Joel Embiid, that would probably be my dark horse. If Joel Embiid's healthy, we've seen him win it before. If he could play a full season and Philly can be good, again, we've seen him do it before. So I'd probably say Joel. I truly think that it's a very, very small group of people who could win MVP.
I thought about Joel Embiid for like a half a second, and then I realized like he doesn't have any incentives to win MVP. He needs to like actually be healthy for the playoffs, and I just don't think he's gonna play enough games. Like, if anything, he'll be right at the 65 mark, and then Jokic will probably be at like 75, and Shea will be at like 72, 75, whatever. Those other guys gonna have more games played. Like he doesn't have any reason to really win MVP. He should try to really just do like 55 games and then make it to the playoffs healthy. Then try to. And also, I don't think Sixers is gonna be good enough. Like, I don't know. Like they could probably get a top 3 seed in the East, but it's like they have actual holes on this roster. We got Jared McCain is already injured. Paul
Do we know how
George
long he's out for? Do we know how long Jared McCain's out for?
a few months. I think at least like a month or so.
I thought it was the whole year, so I was wrong on that.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
I don't know why I thought the injury was much worse. So I
think
know.
if Joel Embiid wins MVP, I think the Sixers did something very wrong. Like they mismanaged his. What are you making that face for?
Oh, because you're saying because he like played too much and gonna get injured in playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, I would assume they did something very wrong. All right, defense play of the year probably should take 30 minutes. I think Victor Wembanyama is going to win defense play of the year. I think everybody will say that. He was having a great season last year. They were a top 10 defense with him on the floor, leading the league in blocks. One of the best defensive playmaking seasons of all time, and also one of the best rim deterrent.
Top 2 defense with him and Sohan.
He didn't even get paid. He's not a part of the future. But great.
Maybe not. Don't change the facts.
Really great rim deterrence. I'll be curious to see if anybody else have anyone but Wemby, to be honest.
I think the Dortcher Chamber will have something to say about that. Catch me with Lou Dort.
Damn, they got a defensive player of the year candidate on their team. Seemed pretty stacked to me. I don't know.
They got both.
I think
they got multiple.
They have multiple. I think it's easily Wemby. I think Wemby would have won last year.
It must be hard to win games on that team.
You're shaking votes.
My defensive player of the year pick is Anthony Davis. Big Dallas is built to have a top 5 defense. Think they got to sort through some of their lineup issues, but beyond that, like the team is just built to have top 5 defense. AD is now in his more natural defensive position of a roamer at the 4. Whatever that might do to him offensively, defensively, it's ideal for him. So I think that the thing with the Spurs, they're gonna have a really good defense when Wemby's on, but when he's off, they're not going to, and that's gonna just hold back, I think, their overall defense. And
Castle got him.
You said what?
Castle don't got him. Like he can't hold down the fort or no?
Who?
Castle. Step on Castle, bro.
Is gonna hold down the Are you being serious right now? Like hold down the defense without.
Also on a serious note, Luke Cornett could help him not be terrible though. Like he's
no. I have Anthony Davis again. If he's gonna win it any year before he retires, it'll be this year. With him at the 4, they got Flagg. The defense is gonna be like elite. It's gonna be stacked. He's going to be able to rack up his stock numbers at the 4. So that's what I got. I think Wemby, like I said, I don't think Spurs overall defense would be good enough because the minutes he's off, it's just not going to come to fruition. That, and I'm not exactly sold on Wemby making the games requirement, to be honest. That's still something that got to just hold out like reservations for, is him actually playing that much. We'll see.
I feel the AD situation. Like I feel like he's probably just gonna be like Tim Duncan, probably one of the greatest defenders ever, just not get the award. If he was gonna get the award before now, it would have been that 2020 season where they gave it to Giannis instead of him. I feel like the Lakers probably should have came home with one of those awards. But yeah, I'm going Wemby. Clock twice a day. Eventually, he gonna win it. Probably start now. I just don't want to get crashed and burned with him getting like injured or something like that again. But he should win it. Dark horse. My dark horse probably would be Anthony Davis or Chet if Chet is able to like play games play a lot of games this year. So, but Wemby seems like probably like overwhelming favorite.
If anyone is going to win I'm sorry. If anyone's going to win DPOY, that's not Wemby. I think it's going to be Chet. The Thunder defense will still be probably the best in the league, and he was a DPOY favorite before he went down last year. It was a short amount of games. It was only 10 games. I get that, but he was a favorite before he went down. He'll have the numbers, maybe not the blocks that Wemby has, but the rim deterrence, he was at an all-time level in the playoffs and when he played earlier in the year. So I think that especially if they go more towards the one big lineup, he will have great numbers defensively. So if it's going to be anybody but Wemby, it's going to be Chet. Anthony Davis, speaking of the games required, he may not play the games required. He's injury prone. I think the Mavericks defense.
He missed last two. He would have missed last two game requirements, I think, last season, the year before. What is it, 65?
Yeah, what's 65?
Anthony Davis? No, he would have.
What I thought I saw was 50, 51, like 42.
Last year he played 64 games. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong year. Last year he played 42 games.
Yeah.
No, he played 42 games for the Lakers.
And 9, I think, for Dallas.
Yeah, 51 games.
What was
the year before? I don't think he had it either.
Year before he played 76.
Like 61, 62, 63.
The year before that he played 56.
Give you the bump if like you're that great.
Yeah,
But
they didn't have the games requirement the year before that.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think. Wait, KD in 20. Never mind. I'm talking about I said didn't see the combined ones. My fault.
Yeah, I mean the Mavericks interior defense would be really good, but again, like their perimeter defense has some real question marks.
No, it doesn't have question marks. It's more so just the lineups. Like PJ Washington, Max Christie, Najee Marshall. That's when you have on top of that Flagg, AD, Gafford, Lively. That's a great perimeter defense.
They could get a great. They can have
offense, depending on how.
And they got Caleb Martin too. Yeah, no, their perimeter defense.
The perimeter defense shouldn't be an issue. It's the offense. You're just sacrificing offense to have good defense.
Those guys.
I don't know, especially in the starting lineup. I don't know how Jason Kidd is going to navigate that. That's a good question for them. So we'll see. But their bench lineups probably will be pretty potent defensively though. And AD will be a part of some of those. Let's go to Rookie of the Year. I think it's going to be a similar thing, although, again, KD's going to have some way to not be flagged. But
I mean, some way to not be flagged.
I mean,
I'm picking the best rookie in the class.
Who is the best rookie in the class?
Dylan Harper is the best rookie in the class. I'll get right into it. He's my Rookie of the Year. I think offensively, he's going to show his value day one for the Spurs. And you can make an argument that he's the third best offensive player on the Spurs in his rookie season. I think he's that special of an offensive talent and is going to be impactful in their play-in run. I don't have them making the play-offs like top 6, but I have them making the play-in in terms of wins. And I think that just the production, I think he's going to be able to put up, especially Fox is already missing time. He's going to get thrust kind of right in, like they need his offensive punch. He's going to get thrust right in. I think Flagg is going to be able to put up some good defensive numbers. I think offensively, until Kyrie comes back, he'll be able to put up some numbers. I think offensively, we're going to see Flagg struggle a bit when teams start to guard him a certain way because the Mavs are just limited offensively. And I just don't think that Dylan Harper is going to have that same problem. I think the pick and roll between him and Wemby is going to just delete teams. And I think just overall, when it comes to impacting on just winning games, I think Dylan Harper will have more of an impact than Cooper Flagg is going to have. Like, I think Flagg's role for Dallas is going to be more kind of like role player-esque with a bit of like, we want you to create a bit on offense. But I think overall he's going to have like a kind of like a Tatum rookie year type of like, where, yeah, you're good and you're like integral to us winning, but it's more in a role player type of role. Whereas Dylan Harper, I think, is going to have an integral offensive role for the Spurs from day one.
Do you think is Dylan Harper going to start, or you got Castle starting?
No. Castle will start with Fox and Vassell. Dylan Harper will come off the bench. But I mean, Fox is already out for game one, and who knows how many games he misses. So I'm not sure if Harper will start with Fox out, we'll see what Mitch decides to do. Still not sure on that end, but
I think it'd be tough if he doesn't make it without starting. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan Harper's had like the opportunity to win Rookie of the Year, because again, he got Fox, Castle, Vassell don't get touches, and he's not gonna be starting. All those guys gonna have not all those guys gonna have more minutes than him, but like in terms of, I think other rookies are gonna have more opportunity, including Flagg, than Dylan Harper, especially.
I mean, just being on the floor doesn't mean you're getting like opportunity though.
No,
if Flagg is just sitting in the corner, that's not really like opportunity.
I would be surprised if their number one overall pick is just sitting in the corner offensively. Honestly,
I wouldn't.
But
he's a rookie at the end of the day, and offensively is not like it's not like he's some super polished offensive player. They're trying to win. Like, it's not like they're trying to develop Flagg. They're trying to win games. It's
Dylan Harper is not a super polished offensive player at this moment either.
He's more polished than Flagg. And the Spurs need his, like, what he can do. Like I said, he's arguably the third best offensive player on the team day one. Like, you can maybe argue Vassell. I'm not high on Vassell at all. So I would have Harper as third best offensive player.
If I wasn't going to pick Cooper, which I'm going to pick Cooper to win Rookie of the Year, but I mean, I feel like that's not like really newsworthy or whatever. But if Cooper doesn't win Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go with Ace. Honestly, I think that being in Utah is very, very, very beneficial for him. Will Hardy has already shown a willingness and a concerted effort to run sets for him and put him in spots where he can succeed, where he doesn't have to dribble a lot, where he doesn't have to create really for himself. And he can just, if he can just be a play finisher, I think he can be actually relatively efficient for a rookie. And he'll have the minutes, he'll have the opportunity. I think he'll be able to score as well. I think a lot of people would just look at, like, if he puts up like 15 points per game or something like that, people are going to look at that and just be like, and give him the award. I think obviously Flagg going to win, but if it's not going to be someone outside of Flagg, I'm going to go with Ace. I think Trey Johnson also will be in the mix too, but I think that he's not in the greatest like offensive infrastructure, and that Ace would probably be more efficient rookie year just because Will Hardy's genius with off-ball sets and getting his players looks. So I'm picking Flagg, but if Flagg doesn't win, I'm going to go with Ace because I think he'll have the opportunity. I think he'll be efficient, and I think he'll have the numbers as well. So I'm going to go with Ace as my dark horse. Flagg is just, he's great. We talked about him enough. He's going to win Rookie of the Year, but outside of him, I'll go with Ace. And then I'll have Trey Johnson third, probably, honestly.
Clipping that.
Okay.
You want to go? You want me to go?
You go.
I agree with what Latif said. I would have Flagg winning it. But if I had to go secondary, I would go Ace. I would love to sit here and say that I think Nikola Topic has a pathway to win this. But with the injury, with the production, it's not going to happen. So I would roll with Ace. I think that there will be an obvious lack of scoring needed there. I don't know.
Even if he was healthy, he had no chance of winning.
It's just a crowd. It's too many cooks in the kitchen for guards off the bench. I just think his playmaking will mean a lot. I just don't think
Toby's just not good, bro. I'm gonna be serious. He's not.
I think
we saw that shot over the summer. It looked awful.
Like I said, there's no chance. Like, I would love to put his name out there, but it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to throw out Brooks Barnheiser. I can't be a homer on this one at all. This pick I can't be. So I think Konkanip will have a good year, but I also don't think it'll all be necessarily statistical numbers. But I would definitely go Ace Bailey. I think that he will have the opportunity. I don't know about the efficiency aspect. I don't think he'll be super efficient. I'm not saying he's going to be a shot chucker, but I think that it'll come with time and come with growth, but I think his natural scoring ability will be able to get him to turn heads and maybe the award.
Yeah, same. Obviously, it's Flagg, but if I had to pick it, somebody else would be Ace. Especially, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to move off Lowry and they're already kind of using, or Will Hardy's already kind of using Ace Bailey, how you would kind of use Lowry off like different sets of things coming on pin downs and whatnot. Just have quick decisions and things like that. I think he could pretty much stuff the stat sheet like that. In terms of like points, solid rebounding, so he'll probably have good numbers across the board. It's gonna be Flagg, but like I said, Ace is probably the next closest one who will have the opportunity and be able to put up the numbers.
I mean, KD6 did pick Castle last year, so maybe he go 2 for 2 back to back. We'll see though. And somehow he'll talk. Oh, you're not a Harper fan. I already see your angle, bro. It's okay.
All I said was I'm clipping it because for somebody that claims to be a Harper fan, you don't even got him top 3 rookie of the year is fake crazy.
Yeah, because of his role, but sure.
No, I mean, if you think it's because of his role, then you must not have faith in his ability.
I guess no, I don't. I do have a faith in his ability, actually.
Then you would have faith in his ability to get on the floor and impact the game. Like
he's still be coming off the bench, where I think other rookies will have larger roles.
Again, just because you're starting and on the floor doesn't mean you're actually doing anything.
Trey Johnson will be doing things. Like, do you not think Trey Johnson will be doing anything?
One, they don't have a good coach. 2, that like a lot of cooks in the kitchen that Max just said. The Wizards have a lot of different guys that they're going to be trying to get looks and have trying to handle the ball. They're not going to have like a cohesive offense by any means. Like it's not going to be like, yeah, we're setting pin downs and we're getting Trey Johnson specifically looks. No, it's going to be like
they've been doing that though.
It's going to be I'm trying to get mine. He's trying to get his. Trey's trying to get his. Cam Whitmore coming off the bench or starting.
He's not passing the ball.
Not passing the ball.
They've already been. I mean, it's season basketball, but they didn't already run stuff with Trey though.
I mean, it's preseason. Like, yeah, you're gonna run your rookie stuff in preseason, but when it comes to like game time, like I don't
unleash CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton too early.
Yeah, and you got those guys. Like, it's not like there's not the demand for Trey to do stuff is not there. That's what I'm saying. The demand for Dylan Harper to contribute offensively is there. It 100% is. So if you don't think that he's going to produce or going to have the opportunity, like you just must not actually believe in his ability to impact the game.
I think he'll be behind two other guards. Well, and Vassell, who has to touch the ball.
If Dylan Harper proves he's better offensively than Vassell, which I believe he is.
We putting Castle over Harper as a guard.
No, I mean, no, I'm not at all. But the Spurs will at least to the beginning of the year. And I mean, obviously, he can be better than Castle year one, but that's not my point. Even if he is
right now,
he's a better offensive player than Castle right now.
I mean, probably, but my point is, even if that matters, like are the Spurs gonna give him the opportunity to show that he's a better
like the fact that you're asking that question is nuts.
You complained about them last year not playing Castle enough all the time.
No, that the coach like benching Castle when he's going off is different than like a team trying to win games. Like they're doing that when the season's over. Like Wemby is out and Castle has like 20 points in 20 minutes and doesn't see the court for another like 10 to 12 minutes. That's a different story. That's them trying to like preserve Castle type of thing. Like it's different.
You can complain about that at the end of the year. I mean, like not just at the end of the year. When they were doing that for CP3, when they were consistently starting him and starting CP3 in the beginning of the year, you're complaining about it in Discord.
I mean, that's because I'm a Castle fan. Like that's not the same as saying Dylan Harper's not going to get opportunity. Like what?
I'm not saying he won't get opportunity. I don't think he has that much.
No, you literally said you don't think he's going to get the opportunity. That's why he doesn't have a chance at rookie of the year
compared to other rookies.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. You just don't got faith in his abilities if you actually think.
No, that's not it. I'm talking about the Spurs situation, and they have like four other. Like,
what do you mean the Spurs? He is the third best offensive player, and they need the offense.
They have Vassell, they have De'Aaron Fox, they have Castle, they have Wemby. He's always not a guard, but he'll get usage. Like they have other players in that starting lineup that are going to get shots, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. Other rookies are not dealing with that. You can say
yes, they are. Yes, you just named 4 players. One of them, Castle. Dylan is a better offensive player than Castle. Like So
he's a better player. You don't say he's a better offensive player. You can say he's better.
No, he's not a better player. I think Castle's ceiling raising is definitely better overall.
All right. Okay, let's move on. MIP. I feel like this award has been very unpredictable. I don't know who is. Have anybody here got it right? Like preseason, I don't.
Every time I pick,
my guys always get hurt.
A second.
And my guys always get hurt.
Gotta go first.
Go ahead, Max.
Shaden Sharp. I'm going Shaden Sharp. Averaged 18 points last. That's why I was gonna go first. I thought someone would definitely take him, so I wanted my take to be out first.
Oh no, I ain't taking him.
Okay, well, either way, Shaden Sharp has 18.5 points. I think that his role will be significantly better offensively. Got his contract, got his money. Again, some people will say he stops playing at this point in time. I think that most improved player, the top two names will be both Pacers guys, and I think they both have a great shot to win it. I think Ben Mathurin and I think Andrew Nembhard both have a significant opportunity.
Bro, you can't just be like naming multiple guys when you're picking.
I'm trying to talk about the pick. You said Ben Mathurin last time. Literally
not
last
before
time
the
you
rest
talked
of
about
us
Ben
make
Mathurin.
our picks. Like now you just stole like 3 picks.
I'm not picking. That's the whole point. I'm saying those are the popular names, and I'm trying to talk about the other stuff. Congrats if you pick the popular name. We talked about this entire time. Pick a dark horse too. Then it doesn't matter. Shaden Sharp, I think with Dame out especially, there needs to be. I think this team offensively is not as good, but defensively it'll be significantly better. I think someone needs to score the basketball. I think Shaden Sharp with the contract, again with Dame being out, something's got to work. Something's got to click here. He looked good towards the end of the year last year, so I think he has a great shot to win it this year.
Now you said somebody needs to score, Max. We just picked the wrong person. The most improved player this year will be Denny Advi. I don't know how to say his name. The most improved player will be Denny. Over the last 20 games, he averaged 23 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 5 assists on 64 true shooting. He genuinely had a damn near star level stretch to end the year last year. Now it wasn't the most impactful basketball. It wasn't the most impactful part of the season, but he had a star level stretch last year. He averaged 16 points per game. If he can get up to around 2021, this team will need his offense badly. So I do think that he will be able to win most improved player. Maybe not if it's not like his numbers don't take 5 points should be enough, but you never know. Because some people can take like a 10-point jump and then it's like, damn. But I think the Blazers will be a play-in team this year and on the backs of their defense. And I think Denny is probably their best offensive player. So if he takes a jump numbers-wise and impact-wise, and he can do – and if he can look like he looked to end the year last year more consistently, he will win most improved player. So I'm going with Denny.
You picked him in the play-in in the season predictions?
I think I did. I had him 11 or 10, one of them. Yeah. I put a tweet out today and I had him at 10.
For my 6 man of the year, I am going to go.
MIP.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. My MIP is going to be pretty chalk. I'm going to pick Andrew Nembhard. I don't really care about the aesthetic of what it looks like. It's a numbers award, and I think he's just going to put up a lot more numbers because I think he's going to start. You can have that ball in the hand a lot of the playmaking responsibility. I think he's going to be somewhere around 18, 19, like 5 and 5, something like that. Will start numbers give you pretty good defense. Probably won't make the All-Star game, but probably come close, and they'll probably give him an award for that.
Katie?
Yep, I got the other Pacers player. My guy Benedict Mathurin. Shout out Zoe. I think we've already seen plenty of flashes when he's on, when he's hot. Like he's damn near unstoppable. Yep. Watch it, freeze.
No.
You calling anybody unstoppable now?
Hey, he did it to that to Chiefs' legendary all-time team in the finals. Outplayed Shea, who was apparently having one of the greatest seasons of all time. But
legitimately, they were looking at him in his face, and they did not kid like Ben and Andrew Nemhard did not care that I was SGA across the
He lost him a game.
At all.
Like they did not care. It was like, oh, it's you. We've been there. Like, this ain't about nothing. Clamping
You
him.
say you can't guard me, like you really little bro. Like
He also lost him a game. He lost him a game.
It's growing.
Yeah,
pains.
he had a bad couple minutes.
Shea was literally frying. Like, what you talking about?
It's growing pains. Still young, but that's why I got him as most improved. What you mean?
I mean, yeah, he'll probably have more usage.
Everybody timeline different. Sometimes players, need to take a couple years. Sometimes they got to get traded from their first team and then chill behind a Hall of Fame point guard for a little bit, and then maybe burst out. Other players instantly are the best players in the league once they get there. Like everybody has their own path. It's not linear. You know what I mean? Some people are late bloomers, others some aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other thing is it's also a contract year for Benny. So I mean he's gonna have extra motivation. Go out there trying to get himself paid.
That's type of thing.
He didn't agree to an extension. Like the due date, like today was the deadline to agree to an extension. They didn't come to one with the Pacers, so he's going to be looking to really go out there and get his. So
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's a lose your job type of deal. You paying Ben and Matthew money. I'm not gonna lie. It depends on how much money it is, though. Like, yeah. If he's getting like $25 million, back contract. But
Keegan Murray got $28 million.
Hey, I like Keegan Murray. He can't. It's his shooting for love, but really good defender. To me,
really good defender. That's a stretch.
I don't think so at all.
It's a stretch.
I mean, we can pull up the field.
I don't even know if he's a better defender than Matthew. I'm being completely honest.
I'm just not entertaining that. 6 man of the year. Who do we got? Max, you go first. 6 man of the year. You probably going to chalk again.
I don't want to, but like
again, my bad. That was crazy. Not again.
Chalk again. Ooh, Shaden Sharp was chalk.
No. My bad. That was crazy.
See how he just speaks and like anything else that he don't agree with is just ridiculous. Like
I did. The true internet scout, my boy. He take the cake. If it ain't my way, it's wrong. How could you think that?
Chalked.
I don't really know for 6 man. I've been trying to look at it and see who I like. Again, biasedly, I want to say Aaron Wiggins, but no OKC Thunder player I think are going to win these lower level, like these other awards. Honestly, I probably will go with PJ Washington. I think he'll be very, very impactful on Dallas. I just think as a whole, like he was very, very good in the starting role last year. Obviously, he killed us 2 years ago, and I can't really get that out of my head sometimes. But I think PJ Washington will do a lot for this team, especially offensively, defensively. I think that they're just a very deep team as a whole. The play creation sometimes scares me as far as like he's not going to be that guy. So who's going to be feeding the basketball? Obviously, having Kyrie on that team would be a lot more significant. But on a team that focuses so much on currently their bigs, probably running through what is Flagg going to play the 3 or the 4? He played the 3. That was dumb. My fault. The team is going to be running through obviously AD though currently without Kyrie there. I think he'll be able to put up significant minutes. This award's tough for me, but I do like PJ Washington a lot as a player, and I think on both sides of the ball he'll kill. I think that when you look at Najee Marshall, he doesn't have the offensive side PJ does. I don't think that Max Christie has the defensive side that PJ does. So I think he is the best of both worlds in that regard.
My 6 man of the year is going to be John Collins. I think he has a chance with, especially when I was playing with James Harden and Chris Paul. I think he has a chance to put up like 16 points per game on straight lobs, like straight pick and roll action. He can give you some shooting, and I think like there's a chance that like especially with like Kawhi injury or something like that, like he could start some games like not enough to like knock him out the race, but enough to like he could boost his averages a little bit. I think that's like he's like my dark horse, but he's also like my pick. Like I would pick him to win the award. I think he could put up solid numbers, like playing like 25 minutes a game.
I'm sorry. Who did you say? I'm sorry.
John Collins.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I have 2 dark horses. Well, if we're gonna do dark, either be Tari Eason or Anthony Simons.
My dark horse, 6th man of the year pick is Reed Shepherd. I think that this team will need him to be very good this year. They were going to rely on him, maybe not to start this year because he is in the second year, but to be a viable piece off the bench. I think he is a much better shooter than what he showed last year. They need his ball handling. They need his ability to, pass the ball as well. This team desperately just needs his shooting, his playmaking. And I think he'll be able to stay on the court defensively because he can create turnovers as he has basically his entire career. So I think Reed Shepherd is going to get minutes this year and prove why he should be a viable NBA player. And this year he'll win 6th man of the year. I wonder if anybody else is going to pick that. But again, they're going to just need him to be very, very important this year. And I think that because of the defensive pieces they have around him and the need for his shooting, if he may trust him, he can win it this year for sure. And he shows some very good flashes in preseason. While it is preseason, I'll play Trae Young in the game, honestly. So, Katie, who did you pick? If you haven't, or have you won already?
My 6th man of the year is going to be Tyus Jones. I think Orlando is going to be a top 5-ish seed, like minimum overall in the East. I think he's going to be a key part of that off the bench. I mean, he's pretty much their best passer and one of their best shooters on the roster. And like, given that, I think he's going to have a pretty large role as the first guy off the bench for them. He was a few years ago from Memphis. He was, I think, like 5th or 6th in 6th man of the year voting. So he's been there before. And I think he can put up better numbers because he put up, we'll take a look. He put up, he was 6th, and he put up 10 and 5 that season, shooting 37% from 3. He shot 41% from 3 the past 2 seasons. I think he can easily put up like 11 and 6 off the bench. And it's going to be like numbers like that Orlando needs, and think they're going to be a good team. So he would be my kind of like my dark horse pick for it.
All right, let's move on to Coach of the Year. Last year, I believe Kenny Atkinson won this award.
Yeah.
Who's going to win it this year? You know what? I'll go. I think Mike Brown is going to win Coach of the Year this year. I think the Knicks do have a very good chance of finishing with the 1 seed in the East. And
he's not going to win it again.
That'll be his 3rd time.
Yeah.
He's not going to win it again.
Cavs.
I forgot he won it. Okay.
I think you see a very distinct difference between the Knicks offense last year and this year. And if it's much improved, especially the connection between Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson and just their overall offensive play style and how their offense performs against good teams. And if they get the 1 seed in the East, I do think that he'll be able to win it just because I mean, like the West, if the Thunder are the number 1 seed again in the West, I don't think Dagnall's going to get it. And maybe Ime Udoka, but they have KD now, so he may not get as much credit for it. They're being good. I think last year it was probably one of his best chances he'll ever get to win it. Them being a 2 seed, shocking everybody, not having a great roster and doing that. Who else is going to really be in contention? Maybe Quinn Snyder. The Hawks are a top 3 seed. I just don't think Mosley's that good of a coach, but maybe he can win it at the Magic. They're probably going to be a top 4 seed in the East. So I think Mike Brown though has a good chance of winning it. I mean, I don't know if voter fatigue is necessarily a thing with like coaching, but maybe.
It's less about it is for one, but it's less about just voter fatigue. It's also how much is he actually like improving the team overall wins wise. Like, yeah, their offense might get better, but it's not like when he won in Cleveland won like 20 more games the next season when he won, like compared to the previous season. They won like 66 games. Like, that's a massive jump. The Kings were garbage before he got there. and they jumped up to the whatever it was, like 4 seed, 3 seed. I can't remember what it was. That's a massive jump. Like the Knicks will not have that. That's why he's just not. He won't win it again. Not before they like spread the wealth to somebody else, like one of the other like top teams in the East. Like it could be Quinn Snyder or even Jamal Mosley. But my pick personally, another dark horse, Chauncey Billups. I think the Blazers are going to have a top 5 defense this season. I think they're going to make the play-in a stacked Western Conference where like 99 out of 100 people probably do not have the Blazers making the play-in. So I believe they're going to outperform their expectations, and I think the defense like is going to make a statement night in, night out type of thing where it's, yeah, this is one of the best defenses in the league. Like they go into games and they just lock teams down. And I think that's just going to like sit in people's minds. Like, yeah, they go into OKC, they lock up Shea. They go into LA, they lock up Luka, they lock up Harden and Kawhi. Like they're just gonna go around and literally just lock teams up. And I think that could really set Chauncey Billups up to win it, which is a crazy turnaround because 2 years ago he was being seen as like the worst coach in the league, and people were calling for him to get fired. I thought when he initially came on that he was going to be a defensive coach and that he would have them playing defense. That didn't happen at first, but something clicked this last season where he's got them playing defense now, finally. So,
Q?
My coach of the year is going to be Jamal Mosley. I think that, again, it's about wins, with them being better than we were last season. I think a fully healthy season. Obviously, they had to do that with Paolo, Franz, Desmond Bane, all the additions they had. If they could secure like a top 3, 4 seed, or secure home court advantage, basically, I think he has a very good shot to win it. All the other coaches that I might have thought about it, like JB or something like that, they either already won it or they lost their buzz. Like if JB Bickerstaff would have won it, would have been last year, but they're probably not. The Pistons are probably not going to have a better season than they had last year. Probably going to be the same. I think people are pretty high on this Magic team. I think based off the Desmond Bane addition and thinking that Paolo's going to be healthy, Franz is going to be healthy, Suggs can get back to what he was doing 2 years ago. I think they're primed to see like Orlando take a huge step, probably make the playoffs, win a playoff series and everything like that. If all that comes to fruition, Jamal Mosley pretty much was the coach of the year.
I think my thing with Jamal Mosley, I think they may like discredit him a little bit because like they added Desmond Bane. If he's a big part of that jump, they may add it, like they may just give it to like the roster just getting better. Like how much the roster improved this year. And they may like not give him his full credit if he deserves full credit for their improvement because they made an addition to someone like Desmond Bane and he could be very impactful. Max?
I honestly think that Jamal Mosley wins the award, but I don't think it's necessarily that's not who I would think deserves it at the same time. I think that the nature of the award on how a worse team kind of surprises everyone, who's the head coach, kind of like who's the surprise team. I do think Orlando will make a jump in the standings. I don't necessarily think that we should warrant a coach of the year. I honestly would probably roll with Mike Brown. I just don't necessarily think he wins it. I think Mike Brown will lead a much better New York Knicks team than what Tom Thibodeau did with a very similar roster, just with a couple more bench pieces. But I do think Jamal Mosley will win the award just for what it is, as far as not for what it is, for what it has looked like in the past couple of years with what surprising team has jumped in the standings, have jumped in the rankings. And I think Orlando is poised to make the biggest jump out of any other team this upcoming season. But I do think Mike Brown should get a nod. To be honest, I think David Edelman still has a chance as well. I'm believing this Nuggets hype way too much, but I think Denver will have a great year statistically too. And I think Edelman is one guy for a team with voters fatigue, probably on the coach of the year award. But with him being a brand new coach, I think there's a world where David Edelman could also win it. Being a new guy and having very little time last year to kind of revamp the team, getting this offseason and seeing what their team looks like, I think David Edelman has a real chance to win it as well.
That's a good shout out. I think I like David Edelman. I think he can prove that he's better than Mike Malone, honestly.
I think it's the one guy with like you were talking about OKC. Cleveland obviously can't win it. I don't think Ime has a good enough shout. I do think that there were, in what some people see as minimal enough moves in Denver, but I think they are big moves nonetheless. And I think their team getting the 1 seed dominating, I think that David Adelman can get tons of flowers. But I still think Jamal Mosley should be the odds-on favorite.
All right, let's talk NBA Finals picks. Now, we did the Eastern Conference standings, Western Conference standings. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. I think a lot of us had OKC coming out the West. KD had Denver. I think KD also has the Knicks coming out the East. So, who are our NBA Finals picks, and who do we think we're going to win a championship? I'll let anybody go first. I don't really care.
It's gonna be OKC Knicks in 6. If anybody want to bet it, speak now, forever hold your peace.
If it hits that specific matchup,
huh?
Like if it hits that matchup, like that specific matchup.
No, just the Knicks to win the finals.
Oh yeah, they're not winning the finals.
I'll take that as well.
Who's winning the finals, and are you willing to bet it?
I thought you just said
you're picking the Knicks, and I'm picking OKC. Yeah, I'm picking OKC. I mean, that's.
I thought you just said in nature of bets, you take the Knicks and I take the field. I'm betting that the Knicks don't win.
No. This is a ploy. Hold up.
Fuse right now.
Oh, you think OKC winning the chip?
Yes.
You gonna bet it?
Am I betting?
Are you gonna bet me OKC over the Knicks, or are you gonna bet me OKC is gonna win the finals?
I thought we were betting OKC over the Knicks because you just said that. You just said.
I mean, y'all already bet OKC wins the finals. Like that's it. You
but
just
five is
bet.
different than a lot more. They put a lot more on.
If you're saying that specific matchup, I would definitely bet more money that the OKC would be the Knicks. Yes.
It should be the other way around, to be honest. But I put 50 on it. Ain't about shit. Ain't shit to me.
All right, we can put 50 on. We can put 50 on it.
If neither team make the finals, then the bet don't really matter. Well,
that's true. We can do that.
If OKC doesn't make the finals, you still got to pay me, and vice versa.
If the Knicks win,
because he has the Knicks like.
Oh yeah, sure, that's fine. We can do that. But they're gonna whoop their ass if they play them in the finals. But
you just got finessed in that bet.
You won one bet on you in like the past 3 years. You got one bet off on me.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's true. And it was the Saints. It was the Saints over under, and I missed it by 2.
I think it's more than that.
It's not.
It is. But
it's not.
I think the finals is going to be OKC and Knicks, and then OKC wins in 6. I don't think it's going to be a close 6 either. It could honestly be 5. I think they're gonna whip them. Just because like Cat and Jalen Brunson on the court is bad business.
OG locking that shit up, man. It's over with. He put it in the chamber.
He's definitely not. But we saw some of the most exotic coverages last season, and we made it through. So
exotic coverages.
We saw some exotic coverages last postseason.
You ain't never played basketball. You ain't talking about exotic coverages. Them shits regular. I was seeing that in high school, bro. What you talking about?
I guess, bro. Max and Katie, finals picks.
To be honest, I go back and forth on who wins the matchup between New York and Cleveland. Still, I think there's that series looks a lot different when they actually play each other with injuries, with however they came into the playoffs. I think that'll be a tough one to pick. So I'll roll with what I'd like to see, and that would really be OKC and Cleveland. I think that would be a great series, and I would go OKC and I'll go OKC in 6. I say they close it out in 6.
I like that out of you.
I think OKC runs it back. But to be honest, my thought process is I'm honestly not as worried about who they meet out east versus Denver. I think that Western Conference Finals matchup will be the same thing as it was last year. I think the winner of that series was going to win the championship, and OKC won, squeaking it out at the end.
It was the second round.
Squeaking out at the end.
That's what I'm saying. Even at that point, that matchup, we can go back. That matchup is who I thought would win the finals. No other team scared me around that. Besides that matchup right there was what like Minnesota I was not worried about. Wasn't worried about either of those teams versus Minnesota. I thought it was done. Indiana again. You can go back. I thought they should have beat Indiana. Those are the best two teams I saw. Jokic was playing very well, and that I agree, a semifinal matchup. But the winner of that, in my mind, was going to win the finals. That was.
I don't know about that because I think Minnesota still could have beat Denver. But I agree. I never had Minnesota beating OKC.
I think, and especially with getting healthy again, I think Denver would have kept going. Jokic was playing great basketball, so I was not worried about those two matchups. So I think the same thing will come true this year. Again, in my mind, those are the best two teams in basketball, and I need to see other stuff from other teams to really change that. So I think that when I'm picking a finals matchup, I'm more worried about the Western Conference Finals than I am the actual Eastern Conference right now.
Looking out at the end, a 40-point win. I guess, bro.
There were injuries.
Aaron Gordon was their second best player in that series. So I mean, you can't.
I agree. We still win.
They blew them out by 40 with Aaron Gordon on the court, bro. I really don't like. I mean, game 7 is different. They gave him Louis V, bro. They gave him Louis V.
Okay, like we don't need to live in fantasy land where injuries are irrelevant. Injuries are relevant, like they are.
They beat them by 40 with Aaron Gordon on the court. They beat them by 40 with Aaron Gordon on the court.
I ever heard of. Like, this is the first time in my life I ever heard of a close 7 game, like a easy 7 games. That just never.
It's not a thing.
I didn't say it was easy.
It's not, unless your name is Latif. It
wasn't particularly close. They beat them by 40 twice, and the Nuggets had a scratch and claw for wins. I don't know what to tell you.
You're saying that based off of
40 with Aaron Gordon on the court.
Game by game. It wasn't some easy walkthrough. It took them 7 games to beat them. And in the final game, one of the key players that was helping them get beat was hurt.
They got beat
barely half a leg. The series was just objectively not close. Point differential does not tell the whole story because they blew them out by 40 twice. That does not tell the story of the series, bro.
I know. And the Nuggets had a scratch and claw for wins they beat
that resulted in a team losing.
Yeah, and the Nuggets
in a team losing 3 different times.
And the Nuggets had to scratch and claw for wins because the roster was just way worse. The roster is way better now than it was last year.
That's cool. I'm just talking about last year. We're talking about that simple series. They beat them by 40 with that second best player on the court. They beat them by 40 handily. It did happen. So, but
what is that?
The Nuggets got dog walked in the second
game. Latif.
So it's not like it kind of happened again.
Latif. Memphis was up on OKC by 40 in the first round. They were up on OKC by 40. That shit does not mean anything. It does not mean anything. Because you want to know why? Injuries happen. Ja got injured, and they lost that game.
Okay.
Like, I do not care. Like, I do not care who's up by 40
with Aaron Gordon on the floor, bro.
And Memphis was up by 40 on OKC in the first round. If that's the bar, being up by 40, then how do we know that OKC would be Memphis? Shit. If Ja didn't get hurt, we gotta stop with this. Like
every single game after that, and Ja wasn't good in that series. He had 1 good half. I'm no joke.
He played 2.5 games.
He played 1 good half in those 2.5 games.
In that 1 good half, they were up by 40.
Sure. Will he be able to replicate that?
But according to you,
I'm going to say he wasn't able to replicate again because he's not.
I don't know because according to you, being up by 40 means everything.
I never said that.
That's how you're acting. That's how you're acting.
The other team handily won them.
No. Max made a basic statement that they scraped by in a Game 7 series. They scraped by in a Game 7 series, which is a perfectly normal statement to make, and you, for whatever reason, harped on it and took issue with it, which is just crazy. That is literally just, it's exactly what you said. It's exactly what you said. Anytime it comes to OKC or Shea, you get like 2 defensive and 2 combative over them to where it's like, to where it's like reason and rationale just goes out the way. If anybody says anything that you disagree with, you think it's absolutely insane. Can't be true whatsoever.
That's not true at all.
Nobody has ever called a Game 7 series an easy win or anything like that. That has never ever been the case.
I never said that. I never said that.
You should not, because it's not the case.
But
That's what you're insinuating.
I never said.
That's what you're insinuating.
Yeah, and you shouldn't, because it's not the case.
It's easy for them when they lost 3 games.
I'm very, very calculating what I say. I did not say that at all. I said it wasn't that close. They didn't scrape by.
It wasn't what
they
close.
Dog shit out of them in Game 7. It wasn't close.
Game 7 where Aaron Gordon was hurt.
It literally went down to the last game of the series.
I'm talking about Game 7.
That's already false. It's already false.
I'm talking about Game 7. They beat the dog shit out of them. It wasn't close.
Yeah, that don't tell the story of the whole series.
It was one of the most lopsided 7-game series in NBA history, factually.
What? No, I don't. Why?
Lopsided.
I'm just asking, why is that factual?
Huh? Because of the point differential, because of the net rating, because all of that. It's in the numbers. Because
like you can't use point. You literally cannot use point differentials
in their favor. And somehow they didn't win in 4. It took them 7 games to beat a team that they were just so much outclassed them. They outclassed them so much that they had to take it to 7 games.
And it was actually one of the most
oxymoronish that sounds, bro. That just sounds idiotic.
And it was factually one of the
outclassed them so much. We decided to play extra games with them. That don't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Lopsided 7-game series, actually, by the numbers.
Are you just going to ignore all context? Are you going to ignore all context? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to do all this podcast. You're going to ignore context.
What are you talking about?
Denver's bench is dog shit. So when you're getting blown out, that's
part of why they're a much better team, and that's part of why they were much better.
No, you're not even listening. You're bringing up 40-point blowouts and point differentials. The score gets ran up because when you take your starters out the game and you put the bench in, Denver's bench is garbage. OKC still has solid bench players at the end of the bench that are getting in there. They're running the score up even further.
They were getting them by a lot with them on the court.
Blowouts happen in every 7-game series.
If you can't go back into the box score and see that they would just start blowing them out even more when their reserves come in, we could really dead that, because unless you're saying that's what happened, show me that, because that's not what I said.
Sure, I'll pull it up.
Okay,
because I know that's what happened.
That's cool. They were
and while we're doing that, can I give my championship prediction? I haven't been able to do that yet.
I mean, that's cool. Y'all the one that want to do that. I just say it wasn't close. I've been saying that the whole time since the series happened, because it was, again, one of the most lopsided 7-game series in NBA.
So you're saying? So what are you saying?
What I've been saying that the whole time.
No, what are you saying? Are you saying the series wasn't close?
I said the series wasn't that close. I've been saying the same thing. No,
don't say wasn't that close. Was it a close series?
Don't give it to the word salad that he's trying to put out there.
It's not a word salad. That's not word salad.
It wasn't a close 7-game series. That's
word salad means I'm saying a whole bunch of unnecessary words on top of each other. That's not a word salad. I said it wasn't that close to the 7 series. OKC did not squeak out that series. They had a much closer series with Indiana. And Max said, "Oh, we squeaked out. Y'all beat the dog shit out of them in Game 7. Y'all beat the dog shit out of them when that second best player on the court was on the court, and beat the dog shit out of them in Game 2. Did that already. What are we talking about right now? And it is no words.
It went 7 games.
That's cool, and it was one of the most lopsided 7-game series in NBA history.
Because they only beat them by 40 once, and that was Game 2.
How much they went by in game?
32.
Okay, sure, not 40. Cool. Look at the numbers and look at the other 7-game series in NBA history.
You're saying solely from a point differential stance.
Yeah, they ran the score up essentially in the 3rd and 4th quarter. The Denver's bench came in the 4th quarter.
It wasn't just a bench, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. That was not just the bench. Shea and them was still playing. What?
I'm just curious. You're saying historically, factually, what do you bring up?
By the numbers. Again,
Shea himself stat padded in that Game 7. Yeah,
I'm asking what numbers you
said the bench was on the court. But
I'm asking what numbers you're quantifying.
4 minutes he stat padded, and then he came out.
It don't matter. You said the both bench was on the court, and the one bench was better. So that was wrong. But Max,
the bench did come on the court.
Okay, but they didn't just start blowing them out.
Actually, my fault. Shea was on the court while
They were
Denver's
already
bench.
fucking them up, though. They were already
Shea
fucking them
was
up.
on the court
Max,
while
my
Denver's
point
bench.
is point differential, net rating, any
Yeah.
number you want to go to. It was one of the most lopsided 7-game series
Yes.
in their history.
It-
and also,
that is inflated by the game too.
Call, and they were actually losing multiple games for the majority of the game into the clutch to win their games. And the Thunder showed the ability to dog walk them in multiple games. That's why it wasn't that close.
Why are you saying multiple games? It was one. It was one game. It was one game. Game 7.
One
Aaron
of those
Gordon was
games in which
injured.
their second
Bro,
best player
he
came to
was
game
healthy in game 2, and they would it might have been
So
different.
one
Again,
game.
no,
So one
No,
game. They
shut
blew
up
them
and
out.
listen. It's inflated by 2 games. All those,
Yeah, that's my whole point. They showed the ability to
only those 2 games. It's fair to say. It's just fair to say the thing that happened less frequently is less likely.
More likely.
Because
my
it's a 2-point win in there. There's a 12-point Denver win in there. There's a 7-point Denver win in there. There's also a OKC win by 5 and an OKC win by like 4. They didn't just utterly outclass them outside of one game. And then the last game where we could literally use context and realize, oh, Aaron Gordon is on half a leg. He came out here. He's for the first 2 minutes, everything looked good. Adrenaline was high, and then boom, it just fizzled out. It was over. They were drawing dead.
He looked very bad, actually. It didn't look good. But that's cool and all. But again, they have this little evidence on dog walking them with Aaron Gordon.
One game.
And there's one game again. So they had the ability to do that in one game. They did it again in the second game. Aaron Gordon being on the floor does not mean they wouldn't have got fucked up. We don't know. But they already showed.
No, you are saying they would have. You are saying they would have.
The one game out of 6.
They could have done it again with Aaron Gordon healthy, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Again, you're grasping on one game. You're grasping on one game and using that one at this point anomaly as if that told the whole.
Not one game. I'm not having on one game. I'm having on 2 games where they fucked them up.
So in one of the games, Aaron Gordon was injured.
Aaron Gordon had no legs,
and they yes, I'm using that game where he got injured, and they already
had no
ability.
Nobody even knew he was going to play the game. Nobody knew he was going to play the game until the game started.
That's cool. I understand. I was there. I watched the whole thing. That doesn't mean that
So how are you using that how are you using that context and just thinking, oh, it's the same as that game too, when it clearly wasn't.
That doesn't mean the outcome would have been different if he was healthy, because
it doesn't mean that. But you can say that both ways. You just choose.
I never said that it was a certain thing.
One way only.
I'm not saying it was certain that they was going to fuck him up. He was on the court. I'm saying I'm not throwing that game away because Aaron Gordon was injured, because they already fucked him up when he was injured, when he was healthy. That's what I'm saying.
One time only. They only fucked him up. Your words, once only in that series.
Bro, they were leading.
They showed the ability to do that.
They were leading and controlling the game, multiple games before that. It's not, yes, the 40-point games inflated a little bit, but they were controlling games before that.
Controlling games and lost.
Okay, but again, it's the outcome.
Instead of giving credit to the Nuggets, you're trying. Instead of giving credit to the Nuggets, you're trying to boost up OKC by basically saying they let off the gas and allowed the Nuggets to come back and win.
They don't.
Again, it's still skewed and positive. OKC SGA propaganda.
They outplayed them in the clutch. They didn't let the gas. They outplayed them in the clutch. I'm saying factually, it was one of the most lopsided 7-game series in NBA history.
And I said we can apply context. We can apply context. That is inflated. That is inflated by game 2, and it's inflated by game 7 where Aaron Gordon was injured. And again,
it's inflated by shit that doesn't happen because people don't often fuck teams up twice by 40 teams. They were clearly the better team. They're clearly better than Denver last year.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, once he gets like this, you can't even like have the combo, to be honest. Let's just move on.
I mean, that's really the end of the episode. But
I still haven't given my championship pick.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you want to do that. And then you told me that they were blowing them out because of the bench, and then that was proved to be wrong. And then we just pivoted.
I've tried to explain to you multiple times, and you keep interrupting me. Shea was on the court with Denver's bench in the fourth quarter and stat padding.
He was stat padding when Denver was still had Jokic on the floor.
No, you didn't. No, you just told me that I was wrong about the bench thing. I just told you what the facts are. Shea was on the court.
The facts are when they were up by 40 points already
No,
in the third quarter of games.
You're doing whataboutism now. I just told you
I'm
what
not doing no whataboutism.
I just told you what the facts are, and you just refuse to acknowledge it. Shea was on the court with Denver's bench in the fourth quarter stat pad.
Okay. They were up 40.
Running the score up. That's exactly what I said.
Were they up 40 with Jokic and them already still on the court?
No.
We can go look. Can you make
they didn't even win that game by 40 points.
That's not the only game. And can you
No, the other game they blew them out. I'm talking about game 7. I'm talking about game 7.
We were talking about more than one game, bro. We were talking about more than one game.
Yes, and because it's being inflated by both those games in combination.
That again, my whole thing is they showed the ability to blow them out twice.
No, they showed the ability to blow out a healthy Denver team one time. That's the facts.
First of all, they were not fully healthy in the second game already. I mean, MPJ was injured. Jamal Murray was dealing with an injury. Russ was dealing with an injury. Yes, but Aaron Gordon was healthy, and they showed the ability to fuck him up while he was healthy. So if they're
one time,
right, and so they could have done it again in Game 7.
And my counter to that,
Denver got blown out in Game 7 last year, 2 years ago. I mean, they did.
My counter to that is that wait, who got blown out?
They got blown out by the Timberwolves by 20 points.
What does that have to do with it?
No, they were up.
And they got blown out.
No, it might have ended in a blowout in the fourth quarter, but that game was not a blowout throughout. Like that was.
It wasn't, but they lost that game by 20 points.
Yeah, that was largely in the fourth quarter specifically.
Probably.
But yeah. And my response to you saying OKC could have done it again is that Memphis could have done it again if Ja didn't get hurt, and I rest my case.
Sure. I guess.
Now we get to my championship pick, which I know that everybody in the audience is waiting for, because I believe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will lead the OKC Thunder to another NBA Finals. They're gonna beat the Knicks in 5 games. There's no way they're losing. That's my pick.
I don't even know
that. They got a stacked roster. They got an elite defense. They didn't really get any worse. Shai has looked great in preseason. He should only be better. There's no excuses not to run it back.
Are you trolling? So what? So is this a troll? I don't really know what you're doing.
No, that's my pick.
So
OKC in 5 against the Knicks in the finals. Stamp it.
Okay. Max, you have something to say?
No, I didn't know if it was bait, but it's making it a disappointing season. OKC loses, then it's like a disappointing season. If they win, and he got it right.
That's one of his biggest gimmicks. He will surely this person should win, and then
he's positioning himself well. He's positioning himself well for conversations.
That's one of his things he does. No, you're not fooling anyone, KD. I'm not gonna lie.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Sure. But that's gonna do it for our NBA Awards show episode. Obviously, it's gonna be a fun season, and we're gonna have a chance to revisit a lot of this when Shai is hosting up his second Finals MVP, second trophy. Again, we're gonna have a lot of time to revisit this, for sure. But that's gonna do it. We'll be back to recap game opening night of the NBA season. So see y'all there.